Good morning. Welcome to Calvary Connect. The facts of your present situation are not the finality. Whenever the children of Israel were prepared to enter into the promised land, there is an interesting footnote. I call it a parenthetical statement. The Bible says it this way: Jordan overfloweth all her banks all the time of harvest. One of the common things I'm hearing from people just now is that they're living under tremendous stress and duress, and perhaps in a greater measure than what they've ever lived in their entire life. But the reality is that just beyond the most stressful experiences of life becomes the greatest opportunities and the greatest victories. Whenever you get to the Jordan River, you can look from one side to the other quite easily. But it was also the time of harvest, so it was a time of opportunity. But Jordan overfloweth all her banks all the time of harvest. So between the opportunity and this experience of receiving God's promise, there was this river that seemed to be without bounds. And of course, we know the story that Israel managed to overcome and prevail and all of that. Let me offer you this thought today. First of all, the flood is not the final outcome. The second thing is it's important to look beyond the flood and see the promised land that God has ahead just out there. The third thing that is important is that in our times of duress and uncertainty, we must obey. One of the things the Lord asked Israel to do was sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. In other words, set yourselves apart. Make yourselves holy. Don't let all of the struggles and stress of this in any way get in the way of your commitment to God. And then fourth, this week, walk on.